Here we are with Adam Booth down in his new gym in deepest, darkest Surrey. Not sure there is a deepest, darkest Surrey, but nice little spot around here. Bit different to Vauxhall. What possessed you to come down here? You're originally relatively close to here, right?
Yeah, I live near here, so that's convenient for me, which means I can commit more to the sessions because I'm not travelling 50 minutes each way twice. So it made sense. I prefer the gym. I prefer the atmosphere in the gym, and
cheaper rent. It's got to be cheaper rent than Vauxhall.
Cheaper rent, and and the fighters live with me in my house as well. So
yeah,
it's a unique little period of my life.
Did they always used to live with you, or is this a new thing since they've been down here?
I mean, David Hay and I have been friends for years as well.
Yeah.
I was first his coach, and we lived together. We rented accommodation years ago. But now Richard and Andy stay with me so that they can not have any stresses and just concentrate on their training, which means that I'm fully justified in making the demands that I do of them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. The reason I've come down today, we're about to fly out to America. 5th fight now with Andy Lee. Before we talk about his fight, what is the main progression that you've seen with him since he's been under your wing?
We've worked on his ability to be comfortable emotionally on the inside. Because
that was always been a criticism.
He's always boxed, scared to let people close.
Yeah.
Now he has the ability to deal with things up close. He doesn't have to waste the emotion on being scared of being up close.
Yeah.
So he has inside game now. We've worked on him boxing from different heights because before he used to stand up tall, float away tall. But he's got 3 different heights now, and just worked on him. Being a little bit more explosive with his punching when the time's right. He's a bag of tricks, and he's got such a natural, crafty boxing brain anyway. So, and he's got, touch wood, a fantastic chin. He loves it, absolutely loves it, lives for it. And I think that my job, to a certain extent, is actually quite easy with him because at never point does he need any motivation. He's exactly the same every day in the gym, and he's become a friend as well. So, it really is a fun time.
So you've slotted in a nice mesh between the two of you then.
Well, in terms of style,
in terms of the personalities.
Andy's one of those guys. He's such a gent and he's such a real fella that he can fit into any situation. And guys like that are really good guys to spend time with. So it's natural. We have a laugh, we have a joke, and in the gym he does his work.
Yeah. So moving on now, he's got a big opportunity down at light middleweight now against John Jackson, son of the legend, on a big show, pay-per-view, HBO, Puerto Rican Day. So he's going to get, it usually does big figures on HBO, Puerto Rican Day shows. In the garden, not the theatre as well. So it's a nice, it's a saucy fight, isn't it?
Saucy, yeah. This is Andy's opportunity to step up to the mark or to walk away from boxing.
Yeah.
He's coming up to 30 years old.
Yeah. So he's not the spring chicken anymore.
No, but he's very healthy.
Yes.
And he lives a good life. He's at a weight that he should be at now because he eats clean. One of the things about him living at my house is that there's no chips and burgers going in him anymore. And that's the only difference between... Because remember, there's only £6 difference between middle and light middle.
It's the closest of the larger weights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that difference was really burgers and chips.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
So he's a natural light middleweight. He's a big light middleweight who's a lot tougher than he looks and hits a lot harder than you would expect someone with that frame.
Yeah.
But having said all that, this is his opportunity now to show that he always had the potential that people thought he had back at the start of his career. Winning isn't enough in this fight. It's about winning, about enjoying winning, and about enjoying looking impressive as he does it. So he's just got to let go of all his emotion, express himself with some spite, box, punch, and do whatever he has to do to deal with all the moments in the fight.
His last fight wasn't light middleweight, but to all intents and purposes was, yeah. In my opinion, relatively struggled against a guy that I thought that he should have handled with greater ease, and he made it a pretty difficult fight. Why was that? Had it to do anything with getting used to the weight?
No, it had nothing to do with weight, because he ate the night before in the morning of the weigh-in. He weighed in 155.
Yeah.
We know what happened. It was the first time of him doing it, and he was so happy that he'd made that weight. After the weigh-in, he went to the cinema and he ate chocolate M&Ms. He had ice cream.
Yeah.
He ate crap. He thought the discipline was over,
Yeah.
and that's a mistake. And in the change room, he felt bloated. That's a mistake. It's not an excuse. It's a reason for why he felt a bit crappy.
Yeah.
Having said that, I thought the first rounds he showed some nice things, because he
Yeah.
boxed well for 4 rounds.
Yeah.
But he boxed terribly for the second 4. And he underestimated the fella. He never thought that he was actually going to be in a fight where the fella was going to be at him. When you analyse the guy's record, I knew he was tough and that he was going to be there.
Yeah.
And he was desperate for an opportunity against a name. And he underestimated him. And like you've seen with Froch Groves, the first fight.
Yes.
You underestimate people at your peril. And he got away with it.
Yeah.
Having not had an active period of time as well, there were some frustrations about the fights, but that's all said and done. That's not Andy Lee.
Yeah.
I know that's not Andy Lee, because if that was Andy Lee, I'd be saying to Andy, just walk away now,
Yeah.
go and enjoy your life. But that's not what he is, and it's a
Is
good
there,
reminder.
is there a risk of this happening again? Jackson, whilst a big name, isn't a top level performer. You would anticipate that Andy should win this fight, even though he would probably have a little bit more fear of this guy than Horta. But is there a potential that he could maybe slightly complacent with this one again? Because there is the ingredients to maybe do that.
I'd really comfortably say absolutely not, because this fight isn't about the opponent.
Yeah.
This fight is about Andy expressing what he always had the ability to do, so just never managed to do it. And this is his chance
Yeah.
to shine on a significant stage and show that he is a force at light middleweight.
Yeah. So talking about Jackson, do you know much about him? Did you know much about him before you were offered the fight, or has it just been sort of YouTube and maybe talking to a couple of people?
No, when I was offered the fight, that's when I went and watched
Yeah.
as much as I could find on him, over and over again, waking up at night, looking at him on YouTube, trying to figure out his habits, his mentality, looking at him physically, his movement, his back, everything that we look at as coaches. And then and I went back to Lou and I said, yes, this is a fight for Andy.
Yes.
This is the fight for Andy.
Yeah.
Good record, 1 loss,
Yeah.
possibly controversial,
Relatively.
possibly,
Yeah.
but I thought he lost that fight against
Yeah.
Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
But like I said just now, John Jackson is a fighter with a decent dig in his right hand.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the boxing grade of Andy.
No.
Doesn't have, I don't think, the strength and the resolve of Andy. And I think Andy's going to show also that there's going to be a level between them. And one thing that I've said to Andy on this occasion is this has absolutely nothing to do with John Jackson. This is all about him and him getting out all of the hopes and the desires that he has inside.
So NABF title, whatever that leads to, I don't know. But where do you foresee in a year potential opponents? Canelo versus Lara, maybe winner of that. I don't know what potentially, if he wins this, not looking past him, where could that lead him in the next year?
If he wins and he makes a statement,
Yeah.
winning's not enough.
No, of course
He has
not.
to win and make a statement,
Yes.
because those marquee names don't fight fighters who haven't made a statement.
Yeah.
So he has to win, he has to make a statement. And then we'll worry about that later, because Andy's, I think, number 6 WBC.
Yeah.
John Jackson's number 4 or
Right, okay.
5.
I didn't realise it was that high.
No, he's above Andy.
Yeah.
So essentially, this is an eliminator.
Without
for
being a final
WBC.
eliminator, yeah.
Now, there's never going to be a final eliminator because
Because
Floyd
Floyd,
is
yeah.
the 154
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
But Floyd
It would be nice to think that.
It would be, and maybe his name can go in the hat. But you
Who
know,
knows?
Floyd's on a different level. We can't think about that.
No.
All we can think about is Andy taking advantage of this golden opportunity.
Yes.
That's what it is for him.
Brilliant. Listen, thanks very much for having me down in your gym, and good luck next week.
My pleasure.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.